Hey, Rob, what's happening? How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, Constance Carter. How you doing?
Well, you know nobody works harder. Every time you say Constance Carter, I want you to follow it by nobody works harder, okay? So let's do this again.
Let's do it again. Reset.
Hey, Robert, how are you?
Hey, nobody works harder than Constance Carter.
How you doing on this Thursday evening? I'm so happy to be hanging out with you today, sir. What's going on, and what's going on with the people that have chimed in that are coming in right now? What's going on with you? How's your day today going so far today, Rob? All the way out in DC.
It was a beautiful day today, actually.
Yeah.
So it's all good. I'm glad to be here again with you, Constance Carter. Love to talk to all the people from all around the world. And if this is your first time, please don't let this be your last time in hearing from your boy Rob on the job. As Constance Carter always says, that this is not a monologue, but this is a dialogue. And we're going to start this thing off right by introducing ourselves. My name is Robert Antoine, and I'm with the lovely Constance Carter. Tell us who you are, where you're watching from, what city, rep your city, put it in the feed. Let us know. We will shout you out because we want to talk to the people out there.
What's up, people? What's going on? Yes. Euphemia said, praise the Lord and good evening to everyone. I'm here to testify the long distance relationships do work. My fiance and I are getting married this summer. Yes. So Florida checking in. Who is that from Florida? Leo chick from Florida.
Leo chick.
Okay.
8 was a good year.
I would say yes, especially if both are mature and have the same goals. Okay, Sperlin. Who else is out there? Greetings from Towson.
Merlin.
What is that called? Towson? Towson, Merlin. That's where you at, right? Not too far from you?
Not quite, but yeah, it's in the same. It's in the DMV. Well, outside the DMV area.
Okay. So listen, as you guys are coming in.
Ciccone Prince, Mobile, right?
Hey, Ciccone.
Roll Tide.
D-Boat in Maryland. How far is D from you?
She's a good little, about an hour and some change.
Okay, not too far.
Hey, Tiffany
from Georgia. How you doing? DFW. I'm gonna be out there in about 2 weeks. So maybe we can catch up. My long-term relationship work, yes and no. I'm from South Africa. My ex is from that is a whole new meaning to long-term relationship. Yeah. Representative for Qualified to Love in Oakland, Black Love Done Better. Come on, Ricardo. That's what's up. Who else? Euphemia Pickett, Minneapolis.
Never meant to cause you any sorrow.
What?
Never meant to cause you any pain. Hey. Only wanted one time see you laughing.
Sing, Rob.
I only wanna see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain. Purple rain.
Oh, can I get my guitar? No? Okay. I was about to get my guitar and start jamming with you, Rob. My bad. Got a little excited. What's up, people?
California in the building.
Man, Tika, I bet that's James Moore over there in that group. You gotta put your name in, James. What's happening? So listen, make sure that you guys are subscribed to the Fly Nubian Queen. Nobody works harder than Constance Carter on Facebook and on YouTube. And then if you on IG, make sure you follow me at I Am Constance Carter. Where can they follow you, Mr. Robert?
Oh, sis, on Facebook, I am Robert Antoine. On Instagram, I am Robert Antoine. On LinkedIn, if you're looking for me for some business, I am Robert Antoine. And even on Clubhouse, I am Robert Antoine.
Come on. Now, you just said business. Do you conduct business or you conduct business?
I conduct business, but I was just trying to be a little fly for the people out there. It's after hours. Somebody is 5 o'clock somewhere, and I know you're having a little bit of fun. So instead of saying business, I said business. But I encourage you out there to make sure that you're doing business because business will not last.
Okay. So let's talk about long distance relationships, Rob, because that is something that I was just talking to my girlfriends about. And one of my girlfriends, she has a guy that she's seeing. She's on the West Coast. He's on the East Coast. And I guess they've been seeing each other for a couple of months, and things are starting to heat up a little bit. And, she's kind of wondering, like, is this something that she should be doing? Like, what is she going to do? Is this, because she's a woman of a certain age. And, at this age, you're not dating people just to date. You're dating people with a purpose, right? And so if you're dating somebody that's kind of far from you, how does that work? And, what's the end goal? What's the end game? Is somebody going to get up and move, or are you going to stay over here? They're going to stay over there. Like, how does that whole thing work out? Can long distance relationships last? I know some folks in the feed said, yeah, Michael Faird said, depends on the two individuals and what the sacrifice of their threshold is. And what does that look like?
I don't know. So let me tell you, are you asking me, or are you still doing your opening segment of this long distance relationship? Because it is a trying thing. It's a hard thing to navigate. Lee Wilson, I tell you, oh, got something exciting.
There she go with the smoke. Okay.
Over 50 has to get it any way they can.
Maybe even in their 40s.
Well, shout out to you for all my 50-year-olds out there. Listen, if you're asking me, Constance Carter, I am going on record, okay? And it's going to sound contrary to a lot of people out there in the feed, but long distance relationships, every relationship, any good ones, any great ones, I shout you out. I commend you, because it's hard work to actually keep that fire going. But I'm sorry to tell each and every one of you, man, woman, and child, boy and girl, long distance relationships don't work. I don't care what y'all saying out there. I done tried it. It don't work. I know that you can make efforts, and I'm actually going to share 21 ways to make sure that your long distance relationship lasts. But I have seen many an attempt, but it doesn't last. It doesn't go the distance. Starts out strong, but it don't last.
Why doesn't it last?
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that, in the beginning of a relationship, when it's rainbows and unicorns and roses, you want to see that person. You want to touch that person. You want to just share their very essence. You want to breathe their air, and you want to touch them and feel them and love on them and just be around them all the time. Come on, Sino Allegra. I just want you around, right? Mm-hmm. And when you sharing that kind of energy with somebody, you disconnect that, it's painful. Mm-hmm. It's hard for many people to adjust. Mm-hmm. But opportunities and just distance, some bad things can happen.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of it's like, when you saw the coloring book and they give you the crayons, you got to color in between. Mm-hmm. Well, it's hard to color in between when you 4, 5, 6 hours away, or a whole continent away, like the sister said a little bit earlier, even though she has a success story. I'm just saying, for the common folk like me and you, just don't work.
So I would say I would say no. I mean, I would say yes. I think it can work. I would say that because I always have to be the antithesis of whatever you say, Robert. And the reason why I would say no for Sac and San Jose, really, Reese? Come on, man. That's not a long distance relationship. I would say it can work. It just can't work for broke ass people. Period. Now, if you got a little money, you got time to travel, you're of a certain age, you don't want to be up under somebody all the time. Yeah, it could work. You go rendezvous in this place and that place. You go meet up in the Bahamas, or you go meet up over in Phoenix and Scottsdale at a resort, or you go over to Jamaica, or you go over to Cabo, something like that. I think it could work, especially if you know what your intentions are. Like if listen, I just want to go see my boo a couple times a month, 2 or 3 times a month, and I'm Gucci. I think it could last. It depends on if you guys both have the same goal. Now, I know, like I was saying, people of a certain age, there's an end game. At some point, it's going to heat up to where somebody's going to want more, possibly. And can you hack it? Can both of you hack it when it gets to that level where somebody got to make the sacrifice? Somebody has to move. Somebody has to move somebody has to go the extra mile. And are they willing to compromise, do that? Or can you have like a bi-coastal love? You know what I mean?
Portia, me, I hear you, girl. You're in the Bahamas, and I love it. Love it. Me love you a long time. Listen, you're making this thing a financial thing. It has nothing to do with being broke. Let me tell you, for
It
me,
has
if I
everything to
got
do
to
with
travel longer than an hour to see your ass,
uh-huh.
it ain't gonna last. Because I don't want to drive a whole hour one way, because I got to drive a whole hour back.
If she's worth it.
I got to spend the night and break my spiritual rules of abstinence and, not fornicating and all those other things, shacking, Lily Wilson. So it has nothing to do with money. All right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that at some point it's a thing called capacity. I love to use that word capacity. And there's an expiration date on that relationship, as good as it may seem as a great idea. Now, for some of us, I don't want to see your ass every day anyway, so it'll work in the beginning. But 3 a.m. in the morning, come on, somebody. For those big events, those everyday, those family holidays, distance may be a roadblock and a hindrance to the success of your relationship.
That's
And
why if you got money, it works.
damn the money, damn the money. It ain't got nothing to
It
do with
works.
money.
It works.
Unless he or she is willing to move to your town,
It can work because
it's got an expiration date on it.
just like you said, Rob, just like you said, you don't want to, sometimes you don't want to see that person every day anyway. You just want to kind of see him when you want to see him. You don't want to be around him all the time. So it can work. It depends on what your goals are and what the end game is. Now, if you want to be up under that person all the time, and some people do, it just depends on the type of. Rob got a few, some of y'all. What? A few, some of y'all. But just like you said, if you don't want to be up under somebody all the time, it can work. Again, it just depends on that person. It just depends on those people, and it depends on what their capacity is. Just like you said, some people don't want to be up under somebody all day long.
Yeah, I understand. I'm quick I'm light skinned and sensitive, and I need some alone time. I grew up as an only child all my life, so there's a time when I want you to go over here, and I'm gonna go over there. Right? I just need that space. I need that pause, but. In terms of the relationship thing, I still stand on my soapbox pretty strong. Now, I'm not saying that if you're in a long distance relationship, sis, that it won't work. If you're in a long distance relationship, sis, because he doesn't return your call at midnight, I'm not saying that anything is happening. What I am telling you is that at some point, it will come to a capacity level of what you or he or she can take, that it's too much space in between us, and I need more.
I love what Ricardo says. He said it don't work for him. Stop making your experiences all of our experiences. And I also like what Carmel Foster said. She said the local ones an hour away from me have more excuses. If the sparks and feelings are real, come on, somebody, distance doesn't matter. Let's say that one more time. If the sparks and feelings are real, distance does not matter. And so if you like the person, of course, Robert, is this thing on?
Ricardo, it ain't gonna work.
No.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling the world that it will not work. Long distance relationship. I'm not telling you my experience only. I'm just giving you.
This is your experience.
You understand, Ricardo Love.
If you're not feeling that person, it's not going to work.
Are you married, Ricardo Love? Do you have a girlfriend, Ricardo Love? The hell out of here.
What's up, Azelle?
Azelle, what's happening?
Join us tonight. No, really, it does have everything to do with it, because if it's real.
Oh my God. Hold on, Constance. Go back.
What are we going back to?
See, every time I say something like light skin, brown skin, one of y'all B1s got some silly stuff to say. It's cute. It's just a figure of speech. Okay, sweetie, don't get caught up on that. All right, it's all the way melanin over here. Just because I say I'm light skinned and sensitive, it's a fact. It's nothing for you to dwell on and make it be a thing. We're talking about long distance relationships. So, enlisted, do you have a boyfriend or do you have a long distance friend? What do you have that's going on? Because you seem to be really, really agitated by me telling you that I'm light skinned and sensitive. report when we married. What?
He'll send us a report when we married. Yeah, he gonna tell you. He gonna tell you when they married. He gonna tell you when they married. And again, okay, so listen, there are ways. You said you had 20 ways to make a long distance relationship work. Is that true, Rob?
Alyssa, go back to Alyssa says she married. I bet you married somebody light skinned.
Ricardo said, I'm gonna report back when I'm married. Boston and Oakland, she's moving. It took a year.
Hey,
Again,
dude, Ricardo, I salute you again. I know I'm laughing and joking, and people sometimes take a joke and take it to be serious. I salute you if you can make a long distance relationship work, because percentage wise, I would argue, I would be pretty sure that long distance relationships statistically don't last, nor do they work over time.
yeah. But again, I mean, it just depends on how strong your feelings are for that person, and it can work. It depends again. And I like what somebody said earlier. It gives you a chance to know each other on a more personal level and a spiritual level rather than a physical level. So if you're not there, if you're not, because a lot of people can be blinded by the physicality. They could be blinded by the sex. They could be blinded by the fact that they have these feelings, but not really have any deep communication. So it gives you a chance to really get to know each other on a different level, to talk to one another, to really understand one another, to know your love language. But there are things to do. There are things you could do, Robert, to keep that long distance relationship going.
I'm going to share that with you too. As a matter of fact, I'm glad that you said that.
Yes.
I'm going to give you 21 ways.
Tell us.
To making a long distance relationship worse.
Let's go.
Let me give you the top 5 real quick. All right.
Okay.
So number 1, avoid excessive communication.
What? What?
Hashtag absence makes the heart grow fonder. You ain't got to be talking every day. Your long distance, you're going to think about. Remember I told you can't touch, you can't feel, you can't see. Well, actually, you can with FaceTime. But number 2, see it as an opportunity. While she's gone or he's gone, I can possibly clean my house up, because the last time he came through, I had some, dirty laundry out. Number 3, set some ground rules to manage your expectations. I think that's really good. That's a key to making sure that the long distance relationship works, right? I can see you on holidays, but I can't see you Monday through Friday. So those ground rules, or ROE, rules of engagement, are important. 4th thing, try to communicate creatively. You know what that means? Body parts.
Oh, wait. Let's talk about that. Let's dig a little bit deeper, because I want to know about that part. So
let me give you number 5, because it'll correlate with number 4.
Okay.
And number 5 way to make sure that your long distance relationship works is to talk dirty with each other.
Okay, so let's go with 4 and 5.
Okay, we'll get down with it.
So let's talk about these body parts. Is this where Zoom and FaceTime comes in?
FaceTime is a beautiful thing. I've got to tell you, when the distance is long and you do need to see the person, the miracle of FaceTime is, or Duo if you're an Android user, is certainly something that helps. Solicit James, phone sex. Woo,
phone sex before FaceTime came out. That was phone sex before FaceTime came out, right?
Yeah. Look at Ricardo. Self-worth,
self-love, self-mastery
is the key next door for a long-distance relationship. Statistics are not good, even in the same city. You got to be qualified to love.com.
I agree, Ricardo. He's on the money. It sounds like Ricardo has a lot of emotional intelligence. He knows himself. He understands himself. He knows what he wants, and he knows he has enough self-control to be able to handle somebody way on the West Coast and him being on the East Coast. I think that's great. When you have a man that has the EQ to be able to understand himself and understand his woman, there's no time, space, or distance.
His lady all the way in Boston while he over there philosophizing in Boston. She over there getting it in with the mailman. You keep it up, Ricardo.
You are so, Robert, are you serious right now?
You go, Ricardo.
Are you serious right now?
Mastery. Somebody is blowing her back out. You in San Diego, player? Wow.
I ain't messing with you. Well, let me share a couple. I got 10 long. I'm not. Unconditional love for self is a major key. Unconditional love for your partner. You can't be broken. That Azale, exactly.
Azale, that's fact.
Listen, because here's the thing. You ain't got no money. She ain't got no money. how y'all gonna see each other? You can't never even make plans to see one another because y'all ain't got no money. So is you just kind of living in a fantasy land. And when I see you, when I see it, you can't do that. If you have the means, distance is nothing. If you got the means to get up and go and do whatever you want to do, it's nothing but a plane ride. And if you don't want to fly a plane, it's nothing but a train ride. Get on a boat, whatever. But distance is nothing when you have the means to be able to do it. And I'm telling you, when you're of a certain age and you're not really concerned with being with somebody 24/7, long distance relationship, it certainly could work.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though, Constance. I mean, you know, absence does make the heart grow fonder, but you know, pre-COVID, happy hour, right? The weekend getaways, right? Yeah, distance is good for a side piece. Exactly. I was going to come to that at some point in the show for all of you people who are thinking that you have a great long distance relationship. My man Ricardo Love, I'm trying to tell you, girlfriend in Boston getting the back blown out by the mailman or somebody of that state, some service guy, the police officer, might even be the guy at the front door. But anyway, I digress. I don't know, Constance. The long distance thing, it just has an expiration date on it. And I agree with some of the people, like even some people in town, you know, there's no guarantee that it's going to work. But when you meet that special somebody, like, right, you go into some business mixer, you're from St. Louis and she's from Mississippi, you know, that's about 400 miles in distance. That was a one-time event that you guys made it to. You hit it off. The moon and the stars aligned. You went out to, you know, a great restaurant. Y'all exchanged some pleasantries. A little body touching happened. Blah, blah, blah. Woo, woo, woo. And you want to extend that feeling. And it's perfectly natural. But, I mean, there is just a lot of space in between, right? So to the virility and the possibility of that succeeding or lasting, not that good, homie.
Well, I was reading an article and it talked about 10 ways to make a long distance relationship work. So number one is you have to do things together while you're apart, right? So there's little things that you could do while you're
apart. Together. Yeah.
No, well, yeah. Like if you're on FaceTime, you can brush your teeth together. You can watch Netflix. I have a friend who watches Netflix with her boyfriend on FaceTime. So he's watching a movie, they're on FaceTime, they're watching the movie together. You know, there's little things that you could do while you're apart.
That's slightly crazy, but okay.
No, I mean, people do it and they make it work. There's one time to hang out. So, you know, have your check-ins, Zoom, you know, hang out, see each other, talk to each other. Just take time to spend time with each other, hanging out. Find the right amount of communication, right? So make sure that, you know, you're checking in, make sure that you're, you know, every day, if you need communication or
hold on 1 second. This guy, Ricardo, what's the matter with you? Your girl is getting her back blown out by the mailman. I've not been hurt, and I'm not projecting, bro. Come on now. When we get off the show, we're gonna have a whole conversation about Ricardo Love, bro. No issues on my end. Your long distance relationship, I hope that it does work, but until you guys get together, your girl in Boston.
That's probably what your girl was doing, Robert.
Yeah.
So anyway, find the right amount of communication. Make sure that you're checking in when you need to check in. Going old school, right? So technology is making it so easy. So you could text for immediate communication, but write a letter. Do something different. You know, it doesn't always have to be new technology. It could be something, put a letter in the mail. Oh, that'll keep it fresh. Respecting the reason for being apart. So yeah, you guys you're not together, but if you could respect the fact that we're not, I can't make it right now, and you have that understanding and you established it, it could work. Set boundaries. And of course, that's with any relationships, right? So create check-ins again. Like you always say, Robert, the ROE, the rules of engagement. You have to be able to set the ROE. And if you know up front what those ROEs are, then it's something that can be successful. Enjoy your personal life. Okay. So if you're in a long distance relationship, you have to find time for yourself. Go out.
Let's talk about the candlelight dinner via Zoom. Now, could you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, You're making a whole table with a candlelight, a computer, and a Zoom camera, USB, whatever you're using, and you eat an entire dinner via camera or video feed. Could you do that? I would love to know from our people out there. Single, married, long distance, in the same city. Could you do that? That's kind of creative. I would probably bug out.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the creative things that you could do if you are serious about this long distance relationship.
I
Now, if you're
want to
not
know,
serious,
could you do that?
sure. Yeah.
Well, Ricardo Love wants to leave the chick in Boston and come be with you. Ricardo Love, sit your ass down somewhere. Make up your damn mind.
You are such a hater, Robert. You are such a hater.
Sensitive ass Ricardo. Stop it.
So anyway, Robert.
You've been hurt.
Thank Constance. Oh, let's go back to what he says. Constance, you are as beautiful as you are wise.
Where did you get this poor guy from? LOL. Yeah. He probably say LOL like that.
Anyway. But anyway, enjoying your personal life, making sure that you have time for yourself. Go out with your friends. Don't be stuck in a house waiting on this dude or waiting on this chick, but be respectable at the same time, right? Meeting up. Of course, you're going to have time to meet up. So you're going to have to physically see each other in person. Number 9, talking about your future. So part of that relationship is, where are we going? And are we dating just to date? Or are we dating for a purpose? And as if you guys are on the same page at some point, then you need to kind of figure that piece out. And then number 10, it says get some help, and maybe from a relationship expert or relationship therapist or pastor or whatever. So if it's going to the next level, hey, there is nothing wrong with therapy. There is nothing wrong with counseling. So I agree. I think those are 10 great points. Was there anything that stood out to you?
Ricardo Love about to say, I need counseling. That's what he's about to say. Robert.
Ricardo. Hey, Ricardo.
You probably need some therapy.
It's all Ricardo. It's all in fun. He don't take Rob too serious. He just got to get on here and clown. He wants somebody to beat him upside the head. That's all. Wake Up said the person just has to be consistent, make the effort to keep the spark of communication to make it work. But it all depends on if you still have the interest, and that is what it all comes down to, Robert. I mean, if you have the interest, then you can make it work. Period. If you don't have the interest, then you can't. And if there's somebody that you really care about, then you don't have to worry about somebody else blowing their back out, because you have that trust and you have that understanding. Love supersedes distance. Love supersedes anything. So if you really love that person, if you really care about that person, there is nothing in the world that can keep you from that person and make you stop loving that person. Period.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's probably why
all the long distance relationships. I appreciate what you're saying there, Constance. I mean, if Ricardo can date a chick that's getting her back blown out in Boston, it can work.
No, but I like what Tiffany said. She said, don't just get a pastor involved, get a lawyer involved too. Might be dating a lunatic. That's why you do background checks. That is the first thing that I will do if I was dating somebody. We doing credit checks. We doing background checks. We doing it all. Who did he date? Who has he been married to? How many kids does he have? What do they do? Who are they with? What is that like? How's his relationship with his mama? You want to know all of those things. And so you need to do your investigation. So don't just rely on what this man is telling you on the phone. You got to do your own background research. Companies are even marketing that. Watch movies with family members who don't live with you. Sling offers it. Yeah. See? So you could be in one place. You could be in DC. She could be in New York, Rob. And then y'all could be watching the movie together. Period. Love is not enough for any relationship to work. Some women cheat during long distance relationship or while married. Listen, you're absolutely right, Nama. They will cheat if they with you. They will cheat if they in the same house with you. It doesn't matter, long distance or here. If you found your soulmate, if you found somebody who loves you and wants to be with you, then they're going to do whatever they have to do. But the caveat is you have to have trust. If you can't trust, then it's not going to work.
Trust. That's what it is. I love it, Constance. I mean, you're so profound and prolific on your exposition on long distance relationships. I'm going to assume that you're an absolute proponent of long distance relationships. And I encourage you to start a whole podcast about this very topic and engaging in long distance relationships, because according to you, it will work and it can last if you put these strategies in place. And I think that you're probably wrong, but it's a great concept.
But I doubt it. Reese said there's no such thing as a soulmate. What does that mean? Do you believe in soulmates, Rob?
I don't know. What do you think?
I believe, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I believe somebody has a soulmate. I believe there you could have
Hold
multiple.
on, let me answer that before Ricardo say I'm broken. Yes, I believe in soulmates.
I think that you could have multiple soulmates. I think you could have soulmates, different soulmates over different periods of your life too. I think you could have a soulmate for your 20s, your 30s. I know you need the comedy relief, Robert, but as Candace said,
Get out, Robert. Well, let me tell you something, Ricardo. I hope that you get Candace's name right the next time because it's Constance. But listen, bro, I'm definitely not here for comic relief when I tell you that long distance relationships probably don't work. The success is not there. There is such thing as a soul tie. Yes, I believe with you on that duel.
so no soulmate, but you believe in soul ties. Do you
No,
believe?
I'm saying I said to you, and so before Ricardo said something, yeah, I believe there's such thing as a soulmate, but soul ties are real, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Dual said cheaters gonna cheat, and I agree.
Really?
So whether they in your house or whether they are 2,958 miles away, they're gonna
Yeah,
do whatever they're gonna do. Ain't nothing you can do to stop them. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do.
absolutely. Especially if they live in your same town, they could probably be cheating all around you with yamps, and it's just what it is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
Either
Yeah,
way, yeah.
absolutely.
hmm
So, ooh, he's such a hater. Listen, Constance, this has been such an interesting dialogue. I mean, there seems to be an absolute consensus that long distance relationships can work with strategies in place. And I certainly believe that, if you can implement those strategies that you talked about, it is possible.
See, I
And
agree with Tiffany. See, I never heard it like that, but that's right. Tiffany said you'll have a soulmate during each period of your life. You have to elevate to higher levels. It's a blessing to have the same one from the beginning to the end, and that is so true, right? Because as you enter into the different iterations of your life and things begin to change, if that person is not changing with you, then sometimes it doesn't work out, and then you actually find somebody who's on that level with you. That's interesting. Carmel said, if I like a person, it's good, but he must like me back. If he doesn't quite trying to figure the love out, quit trying to figure the love out. You're right. You know what the thing about it is, and it goes with any relationship, is it can't be one-sided. There has to be reciprocity. If they want to be with you, then they're going to want to be with you. If they don't want to be with you, then they don't want to be with you. Rob needs to be with somebody nobody else wants. Why is that? Why does
Ooh,
why does you need to
I
be
don't
with?
know that, Lily. Please tell the people what you mean.
I've had long distance relationships in for the same reason as local relationships. I don't think it's for me because I like being near the person, but I think it can work for others. Okay, so I was actually talking in theory. So in theory, I totally believe that long distance relationships could work. But when you're talking about on a personal level, it's not for me either. Just like for you, Rob, it's not for me either because I'm just like you. I'd like to see the person more, even if it's a driving distance. Reese said he lived in Sacramento, she lived in San Jose. That's 2 hours. You can see each other. You can go up on the weekends or whatever. So that I don't really consider that to be too long a distance of relationship. But when you got to get on a plane to go see somebody, and you can only see them once a month or whatever, or, once every other month or once every 6 months. For me personally, if I were in a relationship, then I wouldn't want somebody that's way far. I would want somebody that's there. Because I am a very affectionate person. My love language are words of affirmations. So I want to not only hear that you love me, I want to, because me and my kids, we tell each other we love each other all day long, but I also love to touch. I love to hug. I love to cuddle. I love to do all those things. So I would actually want somebody that was close to me. I wouldn't want to do a long distance relationship either. However, I do believe it can work, especially if depending on what stage you are in your life. If you can go travel, you could be here, you got the money, you could do all that stuff. Absolutely. And if that's where I was personally, and I wasn't really tripping off of seeing them all the time, absolutely could do it. But for me personally, now I would want somebody local. My relationship is soon going to be long distance, Atlanta and Cleveland. Yeah, that's about an hour plane ride, right?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, but if you know you're walking into a relationship and it's going to be long distance, I mean, obviously make sure that you have that conversation and set the expectation about what is possible and what is not. I think that love and when you find your soulmate, it's beautiful, right? No distance, no mountain, no valley, no sea can keep you away from the person that is the object of your affection. But as a general statement, because I think some of you guys take this too literal, long distance relationships, they're hard work, just as a local relationship would be. But just think what it is to maintain a local relationship. Pause and think about that for a minute. Now add, 700 miles, 1,400 miles, 2,000 miles. It adds extra strain on the relationship that, you probably don't want to have to deal with on top of the other things that you're currently dealing with your local relationship.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So, Constance is like me. I'm affectionate, need touch and closeness. Probably why long distance is not for me. So, yeah, I mean, man, can it work? I've seen it work. I've seen, people say that they've had highly successful, especially people who are of a certain age. And when you're of a certain age and you kind of have your life and you have your thing and you just kind of want to hook up every now and then, but you guys are totally committed and dedicated to each other, and you don't necessarily have plans to ever live together. It could be an amazing thing if you take time out, like those top 10 ways that it could work. If you take time out specifically to be with that person, if you carve out the time, if you dedicate the time, if you do specific things to nurture the relationship, because that's really important too. I don't care if you're there or if you're long distance, the relationship has to be nurtured. So if you have that, if you're able to nurture that relationship, it can work. What'd you say, Robert? Ain't no mountain, ain't no sea that can keep you away. Absolutely. Wake up.
Yeah, shout out to Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. Wake up. Stop.
Slow down a little bit. Go ahead.
What did I do something?
No, I was just saying slow down a bit. Like you've been nonstop talking. Did you breathe in at all? I just want to make sure you don't pass out on this damn camera because you had to stop to breathe. Yeah, we're back.
To set the room. Go ahead and reset the room, Robert.
Resetting the room. For those of you who are just joining in, we're talking about long distance relationship. My name is Robert Antoine, and along with the lovely Constance Carter, we absolutely disagree in principle, but in theory and in practicality, it is possible for a relationship to work with long distance if there are some parameters set up, and there's some other things that Constance talk about that will certainly help you with the success of a long distance relationship. But if you're watching right now, we would appreciate your feedback and let us know, what has your story been? What has your experience been with long distance relationships, right? Because I believe that it's hard enough to just maintain a local relationship, but when you put that time, distance, and space in between, it makes it extra difficult. That's just my opinion. I have been in a long distance relationship, didn't work so well, but I want to hear from you guys. We'd also like to hear from you on how it's been for you in your long distance relationships.
Associate Minister said a long distance relationship will not work if there is no trust, understanding, and love. And you're absolutely right. And that's long distance relationship. That's local relationship. I mean, it's just some core things that I think that you need in any relationship. And I think if you have those, it could work whatever. That trust is everything. And we've talked before, what is more important, trust or love? And I was of the opinion initially that, hey, you know what? Love covers a multitude of sins. Love is everything. Love encompasses trust. But as I've, as Robert has educated me, and a lot of you have all educated me, trust is
just give me my credit. Give me my credit. It was me. I convinced you. I converted you to understand this trust that you got to have.
Right. Trust is really
love.
Right. Well, I mean, love is important. Gotta love. You gotta love that person, want to be with that person. But if you don't trust them, then you cannot have a successful relationship, period. Question, can you really know what's going on in a long distance relationship? And that's where the trust comes in, right? If they tell you what it is that they're doing, you got to trust that they're doing what they say that they're doing, period. And if you can't trust them, then you should not be with them.
Yeah. But Sincere says that they won't ever be in a long distance relationship ever again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, I if you gotta do private investigations and you gotta
Ooh, come on now.
put cameras up and put recording devices in and you checking for this and you looking for that, then you don't need to be with that person anyway. Stay
I totally,
grounded. Mhm.
I totally agree.
Stay grounded in spiritual and emotional intimacy. Don't just focus on the physical intimacy. Got to have balance on every aspect. And Tiffany, you are right on the money on that. And I think that's why a long distance relationship can work, because you can really focus more on that, the spirituality as not as much as the physicality.
Well,
Um,
Vernon Hamon wants to let you know that he is in the 209, the Stockton, California
was
area.
that in was that
Is
in
that,
Vernon?
is that a love connection he's trying to make there? What's happening, Vernon?
What's up? What's happening, Vernon? What you looking like?
Yeah.
Carmel
Vernon.
said, trust is very important. If not, it's jealousy. People kill in jealousy. Come on,
Okay, Crystal.
because she said. Now, Crystal, if you don't mind me asking, you said that you guys are somebody's moving from Cleveland to
Cleveland
Atlanta.
and Atlanta.
Yeah. So why are you guys separating? Is it like for a job or what? Nama said, well, now I'm 47. But when I was much younger, living in Europe, I had a boyfriend. After 9 months away from him due to work in London as a babysitter, it was not easy. So when I came back, it was over. Okay. Where you at now, Nama? My last relationship, I thought being spur of the moment to visit my ex unexpectedly, but that was a mistake. I thought I was being caring, wanting to see him, but he didn't appreciate that. What would you do if your long distance person showed up?
So here's rule number 14. Don't ever show up at the Robster's front door without calling, texting, tweeting, or making some communicative effort to say, I'm coming through. You show up at this front door if you want to without a call or a text. Guess who's going to be inside and guess who's going to stay outside?
Chill Moore said, I'm gonna cheat on I'm gonna cheat on every long distance relationship I'm in. Rob too.
Cold world, cold world.
Rob was with you. No, she just got it popping in the 209. She a queen. Thank you, boo.
Okay, man, my man.
That's the signs we must take note of. Do not show up unannounced. Yeah,
Ever.
you will not get the door open.
Mm.
Lloyd Mitchell said, what? My long distance relationship last less than 6 months after that. She was my
Oh, Lloyd, bless your heart.
no, that's beautiful. And that's
I
that
said
is,
bless your heart. I didn't say it was bad.
no, I'm saying that's proof that a long distance relationship can work. You surprise him. You'll be surprised myself. Yeah, I would never do that. He's a musician and a hairstylist from Cleveland and is getting more gigs there.
Right on.
Okay. Rob
Yeah, you
will
gotta respect that though. Here's one thing I will say. Rob
will open the door if you got that right one.
Lily, it's the principalities, Lily. It's the principality. Okay, Holly Berry in her heyday would not get in this front door if she didn't call first. Yeah.
You were getting ready to say something?
Yeah, there was a comment that you had on, and I forgot about the musician thing. Yeah, with folks that are in the industry or musicians, that's a tough one. And not saying that anything is wrong with your dude, but you know, they're exposed to a lot of stuff out there. Yeah,
If you can't pop up, then there's an issue there.
I don't give a damn about that. Don't bring your ass over here without calling. Okay.
He has a salon here and he'll be back and forth here, but I have to answer phone calls to get him to come bring me my meat. Oh.
Vitamin D is on the way.
No, it ain't gonna work. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I just ain't trying to give you bitch version. It's best to meet someone in a local area. Never give your personal information out to anyone, especially someone who is at long distance. Tiffany, my personal information is everywhere. It's all over the internet. I know 2 people been in a relationship for 62 years. The man cheated twice. Was it a long distance relationship? Pop-ups are good. Just don't be empty-handed. Okay. Rob, can you pop up K in them? What is that?
I don't know. I can pop up, but you can't. That's my answer to that question.
And she a fool if she let you do that. And they the only two that I know like that besides my granddad.
Why are you saying it with haterism in your heart? Like what you care?
I don't care. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if she would be a fool to let you pop up at her house, but she can't pop up at your house. That's
Yeah.
a dumbass broad right there. Danny said, and both of them get the hell out of the door. They fuss with each other. That would be some. That would be a good. I promise you.
Now where's Rob Love right now? You need Lily, talk to your girl Constance.
What?
You need some therapy or something.
I do therapy. Actually, I'm seeing my therapist in the morning.
In your heart, dear.
I see my therapist in the morning. It is irresponsible to make assumptions about a person's significant other being a cheater without supreme knowledge and actual facts. Not everybody's a cheater, and not so just because people are long distance. There are lots of people who abstain from sex for many reasons.
Homie's cool. That's the realest stuff you ever wrote.
So, I mean, with that being said, like, never mind. I ain't even gonna ask you because you're gonna say something stupid. They trust each other. You know, it's funny. I don't act that way because if he surprised me, I have nothing to hide. Wow, really, why men can do that? Not a woman, right? A man can pop up.
So let's break this down real quick because I think we've been kind of petty about that. I think there's a respect to some person's space and their time. I think that you should give the person the courtesy to let them know that you are coming through. I get surprises. I understand pop-ups. I know the intent. However, just put yourself in a position to have success and give that person a heads up before you come through. Now, if you already have an established pattern where you pop up on her, he pops up on you, then that's fair game because you've established that pattern. However, I would probably advise for those of you out there who want to be adventurous, if you're thinking about the surprise, you might want to toss that away and at least ask, hey, if I just popped up over here one day without any call or alert or warning, would you be cool with that? And if he or she says yes, then do it.
Lily said, my husband's getting anxiety about my posts. I'm sure he is, Lily. You have lost a little weight and you are wilding.
Wilding.
If you have gotten engagement pre-married stage, you should be able to pop up. You should even have a key at some point, right?
Oh, Ricardo,
Robert, are you saying if you're engaged, you
adapted and you?
Robert, are you saying if you're engaged, she can't even pop up?
No, if you're engaged, absolutely. You should pop up, absolutely.
I'm gonna say you crazy.
Proud both of y'all.
Now she'd be really dumb if she accepted your engagement and still can pop up.
Hey, Kill more. Yeah. Now, if you really want to put trust on the line, if you really think that you have a relationship or you want to know if you have a relationship, you should probably share locations. That's a dope idea.
Have you ever done that?
Absolutely. Have I ever done that? No, I don't think I have.
You can't be serious. Who's not opening the door for a booty call?
I don't know. Are you showing up for a booty call, Constance, unannounced?
No.
Is that what you're doing? Oh, then don't ever point your finger this way again.
Anything is possible with God if they are on one accord. Yes. If not, nope. Exactly. Local, long distance, it don't matter. Yes, ask, but never assume it's okay to pop up on anyone. Respect people's boundaries.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you.
You do the same, Robert.
Oh my God, Constance, just go with Tiffany. Okay.
No,
you were praising her earlier. Don't bring your ass over his house or her house unannounced.
Robert.
Especially if it's long distance.
Robert, I just said
I would not advise it.
You have to do the same thing.
Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate it.
You have to do the same thing.
I endorse that message.
Why is it good for her, but it ain't good for you?
Listen, I mean, I'm the Robster, okay? Don't do as I do. Do what I'm telling you. Do as I say.
I like what Dual said. Got to sign the prenup before the pop up, though.
There you go. Thank you, Dual. Fact.
Rob, just throw your junk out because you ain't trying to be in no real relationship.
Lily, that's not true.
Come on, y'all. Be nice. You're all welcome here. His loss, if he mess up, is how I feel. While we're apart, we're striving to the next step.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say
I
stay
agree.
selfish. Pop-ups all the time ain't cool, but once every so often it happens. Yeah, you know what? Listen, I'll tell you what.
Don't you go popping up on your dude, okay?
No, here's the thing. If I'm with you and I decide to pop up, it's cool for me. So if it's a problem for me to pop up if I call this man my man and I can't pop up, are you kidding me right now? Psh, that ain't no boundary. Like, I ain't gonna just come if it's not cool. But if it's not cool for me to just pop up, then you're not my man. Long distance relationships are good because it takes you out of your comfort zone and gives you the opportunity to experience different mentalities from different areas and not just the ones you grew up around. I agree, Lloyd. And Lloyd said he's been married too. Tiffany, pop up is equivalent to having stalker tendencies. Really? I don't see that.
Truest stuff I ever wrote. Tiffany, you and my put it back up. Put it up there on the glass. Put Tiffany. I'm gonna slide in your DM. We're gonna do a show because your perspectives are in. Matter of fact, we're gonna bring you and what's the other guy? Rob Love? Ricardo Love. That would be absolute fire. Tiffany, I love it.
This dude. No, listen, if I'm with a guy and I can't pop up at his house and we ain't together, period.
All right.
Yeah. So I think let's go ahead and wrap, Robert, before I punch you in the face.
Even Reggie says salute to Tiffany. Okay. Stop getting all in your feelings. Good gracious. Stop popping up over people's houses.
Who, me?
Damn problem now. Stalker tendencies.
Me?
Yeah, you. You the one that's over there upset about pop-ups.
I'm not upset.
I'm just saying, yeah, you all in your feelings. Like your emotions just changed. Your posture changed. Go on and pop up over his house.
What are you talking about? Anyway, like I was saying, a long distance relationship. Popping up somebody's house, one thing. You deserve to look at his cell phone whenever you want. Can you look at your cell phone, Rob?
Huh?
Does he look at this? Can she look at your cell phone?
Is it for pray for the young and supposedly unassuming? I don't agree with that, Lily. Be nice. Be nice to me, okay? I'm just trying to tell your friend, don't pop up on people. That's all.
Ain't nobody popping up on you, Ninja. Shit, you ain't got to worry about me.
Calm down. I didn't say you popping up. Why would you pop up in my house?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Don't worry about who I pop up on, homie. Don't worry about who I pop up on. I ain't popping up on your monkey ass.
Popping up on folks because it sounds like you're an advocate for pop-ups.
I'm just saying, if that's my man and I pop up, then I pop up.
I digress. You're right, and I'm going to be silent about your pop-up tendencies. Okay, if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
When is your next stand-up comedy show, Robert? You obviously are auditioning for Comedy Central.
No, not at all, Ricardo. I don't. You and Dr. Phil have a great platform you guys can share together as well.
Erica said Rob is passionate once again. Rob is putting on a real good show tonight.
Oh, Constance. Oh, Constance.
Wake Up said I don't have anything to hide, so I don't have a problem.
Good job, Wake Up.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you ain't got nothing to hide, you ain't got a problem.
No popping up, no checking phone. What goes on in the dark will eventually come to light. I just pray for guidance, and if I have any insecurities, I ask or I talk about it. I love what you said, Crystal. There you go.
Rob, how do you feel about her having a key?
If she's not my wife or my fiance, no, ma'am, no, sir.
So do you believe in you asking?
Listen, my answer is if she's not my wife or my fiance, we're not sharing or exchanging keys. I'm not asking for her key.
So you believe in polygamy? No, I don't believe in polygamy. Not Lamarcus.
Why don't you say what you're really thinking?
Wait, Associate Constance has every right to feel that way. If I can't pop up, then I can't trust you. A relationship is built on trust. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. But
y'all follow Constance, pop up on folk, and see don't y'all make the local news one of these times. You keep popping up.
Robert, come on, Ricardo, you got him all figured out. There's nothing wrong with being a career bachelor.
Absolutely. I thank you, Ricardo.
You will never have a wife. Nothing comes to light if you have anything to bring to light. So Son says, I don't appreciate knock on the door pop-ups, but my man can say I'm on my way, be there in 15 minutes. Give me some time to get myself together.
Thank you. Let me get my stuff together. Right. Reggie, it's hard out here.
Carmel said, popping up is good. It's not just about cheating. I want to see how he lives.
Right on, Carmel. Keep popping up.
You know, at the end of the day, like Crystal said, communication is key. Period. And, any relationship can work in any way you set the tone for your relationship. Your relationship doesn't have to go by whatever the world standards are. Anybody can have any type of relationship they want. And that's one of the things that I was discussing with somebody just the other day is that however we do things, no keys to the house if you're not my fiance, basically. But I was talking to somebody the other day about, our relationship and how we and we determine our relationship, and it doesn't have to be based upon what the world says that our relationship should be. So if it's long distance, if it's local, it's how we determine it's going to be. If I want to live in a separate house than you, but we still feel like we're together, then we're gonna be together. And that's what it is. And it's all in how you establish it, but setting up those rules of engagement, like you always say, Robert, the rules of engagement are important. As long as you do what you can to make it work, to try to make it work, and that's what's important. Rob, it's a lot of booty, not open the door. I agree with Robert Queen. What you agree with Robert about, LaMarcus? There are a lot of couples that are living together that are not married.
Hey, Constance, I want to hear you say, Robert, you're right. I'm wrong. It's okay.
I think cell phones are the biggest problem with couples because it's all about a trust issue. What are you right about, Rob?
About everything,
Robert, you are right, and I am wrong.
You are the bigger person tonight, okay? Mm-hmm. As the first lady, my forever first lady says, when they go low, you go high, okay? I salute you, Queen, for admitting when you're wrong.
Yeah.
On national TV for the world to see. Thank you.
Not if he already has some other side of the door. Crystal, I will just not answer 2 phone calls on purpose to get a pop-up, then ask what took so long. Now keep that same energy upstairs. Pop-ups interrupts his session.
Y'all are terrible. Terrible, I tell you.
Robert talking about I'm angry because I can't pop up at a
You are angry. You are angry. I just said that long distance relationships.
I don't give a damn what you said about long distance relationship. I don't care about your opinion.
All this hostility. I was just stating a
I don't care about your opinion. What you eat don't make me shit, homie. So your opinion does not matter to me. I'm not mad at you for saying that. You can say whatever it is that you want to say. You can say whatever it is you want to say. I basically said that they can work. I said that I would not personally have a long distance relationship because I like to touch, feel, be up under, love on whoever my mate is. That's what I say.
Okay? And you like to pop up unannounced.
Absolutely. If I want to pop up, I'd like to pop up. That's not no stalker tendency. That's my right as your woman. Okay. However,
you still trying to get that, LaMarcus? She will pop up, bro.
I will pop up on your ass, LaMarcus. You want this? So, but what I am saying is I absolutely believe that they can work. You can be in a time and place and space in your relationship where you might just want to just have fun on the weekends and go hang out and go meet up at this place or that place and just enjoy each other. It just depends on what it is you want.
Bars. Yeah. Jigga man.
Carl said, I want to see if there is a third party in our relationship, like Viagra.
Problem. Yes, you do.
Hey, listen, get it however you got to get it, homie. I mean, if you need to take Viagra, if you need to take what's that root stuff, whatever you need to take to make it happen, make it happen. Fortunately, I trust my woman. We have never had any issues with cell phones. Who you talking about?
Who you talking about?
What are you saying? What are you talking about, Robert? What are you talking about?
I was just thoughts were in my head and they came out loud. I apologize. Go ahead. Crystal
said, well, I'm cool with him being with other women.
No, sis, Queen, no. You just want to have one. If he's the guy, just you and him.
Whatever happened to be just being romantic without public opinions? Who's that? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What about this fruit? What just happened?
What fruit is that?
I don't know. And Erica, of course, she says I'm right. I'm always right, but
Yeah, absolutely.
leave it up to Rob to say I'm not always right. But I pretty
No,
much.
hey, listen. If you think you're right, I mean, more power to you. Right on.
Rob is a beta male. He is not an alpha male.
Well, Lamarcus, if you want Constance, she popping up on your ass regularly. Johnny B, bring a chicken sandwich with you.
Let's go ahead and end this.
Listen, y'all, let me say this to you before we get out of here. This is all fun. We actually having a conversation about some real life topics that happen in our lives. This is Black Love, where we talk about relationships. So this is your release. This is your platform to give your opinion on all things love. There's one thing that I like to see everywhere I go, and that's hashtag Black Love. I love to see successful relationships. I want to hear about the key. I want to talk about it because we need to have more positive influences, more positive images on our television screen, on a movie screen, and in real life. Social media can have you thinking that love is one thing that it isn't. And, we just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to share in this dialogue. And Constance Carter, I love you to death. Even with all your flaws and all, I would rather have you in my corner than not. I just think that you have very flawed opinions about relationships, but beyond that, I think you're a real cool chick. Okay.
I love what Crystal says she's bisexual. That's what her thing is.
Okay.
Does everything have to be planned? What about spontaneity? Lloyd Mitchell said if a home security salesman can pop up at any time, how come the woman that you're trying to get close to can't? Yeah, I mean, Chillmore said if you pop up on me, be ready for that smoke. Negro, you just said that she could pop up on you earlier. Now you're saying that she
mad at Chillmore is speaking his truth.
No, Chillmore said earlier that she could pop up.
Speaking his truth. He just want to make you feel good. Then he told the truth.
Nama said we're hilarious. Thanks for this. I'm so close to cursing Rob out. I don't want to do it. I don't know
why you cussing at me, sis. I'm just trying to give you a perspective. I could be wrong, but I doubt it.
Felicia Ferguson, I think you both make good points. He makes no good point. And Felicia, you are a living witness that long distance relationships can work. Okay. I remember your story. I like long distance relationship that can work depending on the individual. Why not just send a quick text? Team, no pop-ups.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I enjoy the conversation. Join us this week. Oh, Black Love Weekend. Yes, you guys sign up for Black Love Weekend. I'll be on that platform talking about Black love. I forget what I'm going to be. Yeah. I'm going to have some of my crazy opinions on there too. That's a long finger. I'm a musician. This is such an amazing discussion. Thank you, Carmel, for joining us all the way from South Africa. Smoke is this D. Chillmore has seen the light. Nah, he ain't. He said smoke is that D, baby. Whole, healthy, healed relationships. Love y'all. Come on. Whole, healed, and healthy relationships. What kind of music do you like when you're making sweet love to your partner? Johnny B. Rob, what kind of music do you like when you're making sweet love to your partner?
I'm a neo soul kind of dude. So you put on a little bit of her. Right now I'm feeling her, right? Yeah. And Daniel sees the best part. Woo! Give me a chord real quick.
So when you
no, give me a chord real quick.
No,
just a chord. Give me a chord. How you want to do it? I'm trying to tell y'all right now, her and Daniel Caesar at the moment, you got to come in darkness. I'm setting this thing up. You just gonna mess it up like that?
It's not tuned. So when you and your man are getting it in, that's what you like to listen to, Rob?
I ain't got nothing.
So anyway, Sade Barry White for me. We go ahead. You heard what I said?
No, I missed it.
When you and your man are getting it in, that's what you have to listen to.